Hello, everyone, and welcome to another We Live Fantasy Breakdown for the PGA Tour on Draftkings. This week, we have the ZoZo Championship at Sherwood Country Club. Gonna be really exciting. Sherwood, old school golf course, been around a long time, and we don't have a lot of recency history here, but scouring YouTube and scouring old stats, it was really fun watching some stuff from earlier this decade about when guys were playing there. Obviously, it was Tiger's Funhouse for a while, and it slowly is creeping its way back into the PGA Tour, so that's exciting. A lot of par fives, tough par fours, and mediocre par threes, I would say. But really, really cool golf course in California. We've had some golf courses and golf tournaments in California over the past couple months, so we have that to go off of. But another no-cut event, I think 75 players or 78, one of the two.
Yeah.
So a bunch of different ways you can attack it. Obviously, studs and duds, balance, pay up, pay down, bunch of different ways to go. But just like last week's no-cut event, a lot of value to be had in the 7K range, where we found Kokrak and Henley and Munoz and Griffin and guys like that last week. Well, they're still kind of right there in that price range. So you can definitely pay up for your Xanders, your JTs, and be able to build it throughout. But I also found some balance lineups that I really like. And I really like the core this week too. What were your initial thoughts looking at everything?
Pricing was a little more difficult this week than it was last week, especially with my boy Xander at the top of the charts there.
Yeah.
I had him last week and everything. It was great. I had him and JT together, and it was great. We placed T55 in the big lobby, so we like that. And somewhere decent in the 50-cent lobby. So made some money. I really would like to go back to Schauffele, but man, at 11-2, it's pricey. I noticed there's a few people that are added to the field this week that are interesting plays. We like those, and we'll get to them.
Yeah. So the news and notes on this week: Dustin Johnson's out again.
Right.
So he's out. That put Kuchar in. Kuchar's actually played here before, which was interesting.
Yep.
And up on WeLiveFantasy.com, you have the ZoZo preview article. You have my personal player pool so far as of 11:30 this morning on Tuesday, October 20th, of my 40 lineups and where I'm at with my clicks and my picks. You have the top 10s for the past 2 months on DK and Fantasy National Stats. And then you have my heart and my gut favorites
Tiger!
For this week as well. It's so funny. Every goddamn highlight video on YouTube is just Tiger just balling out here. It was so peak Tiger. I mean, it didn't really even matter the golf course, but it's funny.
They're really good. They really did.
Yeah. Initial thoughts on the slate is, I was really. I made a joke on Twitter because pricing was taking so long to come out, but they were trying to get Dustin Johnson right, and they were trying to get Kuchar right, and try to get all their kind of ducks in a row. And I made a joke on Twitter that got a bunch of laughs that said DK is trying to figure out whether to price Matthew Wolff at 10,000 or 7,700, and they kind of split the difference right there at 9,000. I thought that was an interesting price for a guy who is still, I mean. If Dustin Johnson has a bad week, they still leave him in the 10,000 range because right. It's golf and people have a bad, have bad weeks. It happens.
Yep.
It's interesting. And then there's a couple good alternates out there that if anything does happen in the next few days where anyone withdraws or has COVID, there are some good names waiting in the wings that we might want to play. So make sure you stay on the social networking circle with us, and we'll let you know where we pivot. And if anything significant happens, I'll definitely write an article. up on the website. The biggest thing that caught my eye when I first opened the slate and pricing came out was, where is he? Where is he?
If you're looking for the winner, Henley is right about 8,100.
Yeah, he
If
went
that's
up big time, which will
that's
help.
okay.
But
That's okay.
they kept Harris English at 8,800, which is super affordable for a guy who is in top 10 DK points, top 10 strokes gained total, top 10 putting, top 10 on approach, and it's just been a flat out machine lately. And he played well last time they were in California. And then, Adam Scott at $7,900, elite player, elite
You saw the
talent.
text I sent you, right?
Yes. And then the worst he's finished over the past 4 weeks was 58th at the Northern Trust. I mean, this guy has produced week in, week out after coming off of COVID. Just a slam dunk play to me. Fowler dipped down into 7,700 territory, which is juicy in his home state. And then, yeah. So, interesting little nugget that I shared on the website and from Twittersville is the shared some of the highlights on there, which is really cool. And then this caught my mind because I was having trouble kind of finding stats and finding and digging up dirt. So Sherwood Country Club scoring average in the World Challenge events, Tiger at 68.4, Phil at 69.5, McIlroy, Fowler, Casey were top 5 scoring averages here at Sherwood Country Club. And then it round out to be Simpson, Bubba, Kuchar, Woodland, and I don't count number 10 because that's Jason Day. Lingering back issues. Neck popped up on him last week. It's all connected back there, neck and back in a golf swing. You don't want to deal with it. It could be a fluke, could be neck pain, but it's not something I want to burn dollar bills with. But I thought that was pretty damn interesting. And just
now, when is that from? When is that from? What years?
It's from the World Golf Challenge events that they used to hold here. I think it was like 2012.
Okay, so that's when like Tiger and Mickle were winning everything.
2012 was post Escalade 9-iron Thanksgiving incident. That was kind of in between Sean Foley back problems and then a long hiatus again with stem cell and back fusions and stuff like that. So it was past peak Tiger era, but it's always Tiger era, really. I mean, last year
Depends who you ask.
last year he won the Masters, so I'll just put it at that. But okay, let's dive into this because, like you mentioned, your boy Xander, okay, 11,200 elite pinnacle pricing. Even if Dustin Johnson was in the field this week, him and Rahm are still outpricing everyone else. Hard to bet against Xander. I mean, it's amazing watching him play because on Sunday, every chip that he didn't make, he was like astounded that he didn't make that chip in. When a lot of guys are just trying to get it close, but he felt like he could make literally anything.
Everyone. Yep.
His swing, his tempo, his play style, it's flawless. It's timeless. He's going to be playing until he's fucking 60 years old. Good golf. I can't find a weakness in his game. I can't find something that I hate. I even like the way he talks. I like the way he carries himself. It's all systems go if you're on Team Xander this week. The only thing I can say about Xander is if you get him, it dips you down to 7,700 right away. But you can make it work, especially with guys like Fowler, Onser, Adam Scott, and a lot of other guys down there to make a really, really strong, balanced Xander Schauffele build. But if you want to stack Xander with someone, I have no problem with it. But just beware that if you click Xander, you're not getting back up to the Morikawas unless you go Xander Morikawa right off the bat, and that leaves you 7,200. So there's a couple different ways to go there. I don't even mind a Xander and a Reed. I don't mind any of that, but just know you're diving down there. But you're getting Todd Griffin, which is my favorite stack at the 7K range, and you can definitely make it happen. So
Of course. Actually, I did make a few lineups already, and I was able to get Xander, and I dropped down to like the Matsuyama, Hovland, Wolf, because let's be real. Like you were talking about Wolf earlier. I mean, the dude has been one of the best players in the past 6 weeks if you take last week out. So,
yeah.
Mulligan, it happens, whatever. I hope everyone doesn't take him because
And
I'm going
can
to
go
still
really low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He popped on the sheet for last year, the spreadsheets from last year. And he also is green almost all the way across the board on Fantasy National.
Wow.
So, I mean, he's got 164 there. So, I mean, he is, yeah. So, I like Motzi, Hovland, and Wolf paired with Schauffele, and I was able to make some really good lineups.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, well, listen to this one I just made. It was, hang on, where'd it go? Yeah, I believe it, especially with Matsuyama. You can definitely get her done there.
Yeah.
I like Xander, Hovland, Wolf is a good one. That's 3 guys that can get you. And then I went Hadwin, Higgs, and then I got you back up to Palmer, Gooch territory. So there's definitely some balanced builds you can make there, even with a nice stack up top. Rom, I know he screwed you in your showdown slate. It seems like if he does not win or is contending for a win, he truly does not give you what you
He
need.
Brooks Kepler. Yeah, he just Brooks Kepka's it.
Yeah, he did get he did get 80 points last week. Kind of the average for him. 9 bogeys, 46 pars, 14 birdies, 1 double bogey. I think that came on Saturday Friday for him. But for me, it's a hard, easy pass. It's an easy, hard kind of pass on him. He's my favorite guy to fade this week once again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which is tough to do because I mean he can always show up and win, and he's green across the board. So
Yeah.
I would rather pay down here and get our boy JT.
Yeah.
I mean he's
just a
he's due
no-brainer.
for he's due for a win. He's due
He's
for a win.
so due. He is so due.
You always take him.
Justin Thomas is going to put up 100 points this week.
Yes.
He's due for a 100-point week. This is the week that I can see it. Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy, in my brain, where I'm at right now, those 2 guys beat Schauffele and Rahm this week, and they have the firepower to do it. I know you probably would put X kind of right in the middle of those guys. Probably, if you were to rank those guys, you'd probably go JT, X, and then Rory. If I know you, but for me, it's JT, Rory, and you listen. There's no going wrong with Xander Schauffele. I'd be a fucking moron to tell you not to play Xander Schauffele, but if I could get Thomas and McIlroy, and technically still be saving money, I'm okay with that stack. I mean, those 2 guys should be above Rahm in pricing in my mind.
Oh yeah, I agree, and even maybe Hatton for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck Hatton.
And then it's a whole different conversation. But JT and Rory are my favorite guys. My favorite double stack this week is if you go Thomas, McIlroy, and then go down to my favorite little neck of the woods here with Griffin, Todd, Gooch, Spieth, Todd, Spieth, Griffin, Gooch, something like that, what I've been doing. It's really nice, and it leaves you $7,500 for your last 2 players, and you can pay up and pay down and go from there. I really like that core 4. I took McIlroy out of that and put Harris English in there to try to get some more salary into the core 4 this week and more stability. But you can't go wrong either way there. I love it so much. It's a great stack to me. Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy are my 2 favorite plays this week, and one of those is going to be your winner this week in my mind. That's where I'm at with that. and you mentioned Hatton. God, is there a guy who is more like just level-headed, more in control of his game than Tyrrell Hatton? I mean, when they show his shot tracker, it's not fading, it's
Nope.
not hooking, it's fucking dead straight every goddamn time until the ball's falling, and then whatever way the wind's blowing is where the ball falls. It's like so pure, and it's just amazing. And he's such a little guy, and he hits it so damn far, like Justin Thomas. He's a DraftKings points machine. And if you get a wedge in his hand, it's like over. I like Tyrrell Hatton. Might be the most overlooked guy above 10,000, especially with Morikawa, Simpson, and Reed right underneath him.
He's overpriced this week. He's overpriced this week.
Could be a good play. But when you look at fantasy points per game, 84, 84, 84. I mean, if all these guys score 84 points, Hatton's the best value out of those guys. But it's not a value. It's like misleading. So do you remember the last big tournament that happened in California earlier this year? A little thing called the PGA Championship.
I do. I've heard of it.
It was in California. This next guy's a California Stanford golfer. Lives out west and dominated that PGA championship. Mr. Morikawa, I don't know how you'd not play him this week. If he can fix the putter, which I think he can, going back to his home state of California, and putting on the style of greens that California climate has. Listen, this dude right here, he's one of the few guys above $8,500 who could surprise all of these other guys priced up here.
Absolutely.
And he can definitely do it. I don't see how you don't play Colin Morikawa this week. It'd be such a hard fade to not be putting him in his lineups. And right now I have about 20. I'm trying to do percentages in my head. I'm sorry. I'm not a mathematician. Out of my 40 lineups, I have 8 Colin Morikawas. And believe me, that number's going to grow. It's going to grow. I love his spot here. Where are you at on Colin this week?
Wherever I can fit him in, I'll have him. No, I do like him a lot.
Yeah.
Some of my builds, I can't quite get there yet. I did get there sometimes, but some of my builds, the way I was making them, I couldn't get there, and it was because, like I said, I was focusing on really stacking the, like, Matsuyama, Hovland, Wolf area, because I feel like if you can get 2 of those 3 and somebody above them and a few people below them in a lineup, I don't see how the hell that lineup does not get you high in the money. I mean, their value is there. Matsuyama could go win the damn thing, and Hovland's going to be a top 10. Same with Wolf. I mean, they could do it.
Yeah.
And I think a shitload of people will be on Tiger Woods. So I'm going to take everybody around him.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of value, Simpson and Reed, elite golfers at good pricing.
Yep.
Both these guys can get you 100 points. Both these guys can win the golf tournament. Both these guys have been picked by heavy touts on the social media platforms. And I've built probably about 10 lineups thinking that Morikawa, Simpson, and Reed were the most expensive players on the slate, and I really, really enjoyed those lineups. If you go all 3 of those guys, it leaves you with the same amount of money as if you were to do a Xander, Rory, or a somewhere in that vicinity kind of stacking. And that puts 3 golfers in your lineup who can go out there and win this tournament and all finish top 10. It's a good trio stack. If I were to rank those golfers, I would put them in that exact order of how they're priced on DraftKings.
Yep.
Really, really good value. Of the elite golfers in the field, those guys had the best value. At 9,500 is Tony Finau. Last 2 weeks, he's been out with COVID and withdrawals. I've said this before in videos. I say it again. Show me. Prove it to me. I'll take him at Augusta in a few weeks just because he seems to really, really like Augusta and play well at Augusta. I mean, hell, he played well on a broken ankle there. So, let me see it this week, and we'll go from Finau from there. For a Finau who hasn't played in 2 weeks at $9,500, that's way too expensive for me. I mean, look at the next three guys he's priced above: Cantlay, Matsuyama, Hovland. Guys who have been playing, guys who have the reps, guys who have the rust knocked off. Finau might be in a good spot, and he could burn me this week. But if Finau and Rahm beat my golfers, then more power to him, because I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm with you. I also don't really like Cantlay, even though he's green across the board. He just never seems to put up points.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to guarantee 4 rounds for every golfer in the field, Cantlay can't be your guy. He just doesn't. He doesn't birdie enough. Now, if we're in a cut match, and you want people who are going to make the cut, he's your guy.
Yeah. And so there's good and bad on Cantlay. Which one do you want to hear first?
Let me hear the good.
The good is that every other tournament is a solid finish. And last week was 38th. The week before was 8th. The week before that was 43rd. Week before that was 12th. 83rd, 43rd, 35th, 30th, 7th, 30th, 11th, 17th. So every other week, kind of laid a dud last week. But the thing that scares me about last week is he had 3 rounds over 70. When a lot of guys were going low and a lot of guys were taking advantage of the golf course, he seemed to never be able to get it all going until Sunday. He shot 67. He only scored you 69 draft points last week after scoring 100 the week before. We've seen this with Cantlay. I'm okay either way. I don't have any in my 40 lineups that I built, and that's mostly because I gravitated around him. I went Reed, Simpson. I went Matsuyama, Hovland, Wolf, Woods, things like that, and I haven't gotten there. Hideki Matsuyama. Listen, besides the Shriners, the dude's a top 20 golfer on the PGA Tour. And if
you don't have him favorited,
huh?
You don't have him favorited.
No, I don't. I don't have him favorited on DraftKings. Did you see how I kind of found pockets on DraftKings though of players? Very interesting.
Yeah. I love how you skipped. I love how you skipped Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even close. And I even said that in the write-up. Skip Matthew Fitzpatrick. He's a bum. Matsuyama, I'm okay with. I really like Hovland and Wolf. I think Hovland and Wolf beat him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm okay with Matsuyama. Hovland is one of my favorite players since he's gotten full-time status. He seems like he's always underpriced and he always overproduces. And even when he's playing bad, he's still scoring DraftKings points. I really like Hovland. I think he's really being patient with his time on the PGA Tour and making all the right decisions, and his short game's absolutely gorgeous. We touched on Matthew Wolff. Here's the deal with Matthew Wolff is, like Tyler already said, he had a bad week last week. If you just did the Men in Black mind erase about last week, you'd be like, how the hell is this guy priced at $9,100? He can go low. He can do it. It's a no-cut event, so you're guaranteed 4 rounds, even if he still has the stink bug from last week. He turned it around on Sunday. Really,
which gives me hope. That's why I'm
turned it around on Saturday. I'm sorry, he shot 77 again on Sunday, but on Saturday shot the 69. I don't know what the hell the issue is or what was happening. He might have partied a little too hard in Vegas. I don't know.
Him and Brooke?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but don't miss out on Wolff, because when he takes his hands onto a golf tournament, he rarely lets go.
That's right.
And he's always there when he is all systems go. So, Mr. Eldrick, Tiger Woods at $9,000.
We have to cap you at like 3 minutes here.
Okay.
You got 3 minutes.
All right. Course history. It's one of his favorite courses. He's a California guy, Stanford golfer, just like Morikawa. California golfers just seems like they get California golf, just like when we play Tom Hoagie in Minnesota and Eric Van Rooyen in Minnesota, because they played college golf in Minnesota. It's all they lived, breathed, slept, and ate for years and years.
Yep.
Tiger Woods, all you have to do is go to the write-up and look at the YouTube videos I posted on the write-up, or just Google Sherwood Country Club, and it's the Tiger Woods Fun House. And he's played really, really good golf here. Even when he was playing bad golf here, he was playing good golf here. You guys know where I stand on Brooks and Tiger Woods. They're my boys, and I'll ride them to the end. But I'm okay if you don't play Tiger, based on the fact that it just hasn't been sharp. It hasn't been pure, and it hasn't been kind of vintage Tiger Woods. Now, I will say there's a lot of comfortability coming back to a golf course where you have a shit ton of notes on. That's why Tiger plays well and picks and chooses his events where he's played golf courses before. That's why he'll always do well at Augusta. That's why he'll always do well at courses that repeat themselves, Pebble Beach, Augusta, Pinehurst, things like where golf courses go back to. He always plays well at, has the notebook and the eyesights and the confidence and the books and notes of golf courses. I don't know how much has changed since the last time he's played here. But if he is Tiger Woods, if he decides to be Tiger Woods and show up, you know, we're less than a month out from the Masters. This is where guys are going to start peaking and wanting their games to peak and get in the right mindset and the right zone and get their minds right. I'm gonna have me some Tiger Woods this week. If he plays well, let's just say he goes out there and wins this golf tournament, we might not see Tiger again until the Masters. It depends on how sharp and how crisp he is, and what, like I wrote about in the write-up too, the next two golf events before the Masters are going to be allowing fans, and I don't know how much it's worth to some guys with fans being on the grounds and watching the golf tournament to possibly contract coronavirus or even put themselves into a position before Augusta and the Masters. So we might not see Tiger again. So just keep that in mind. Just put that in your hip pocket. So now that Tiger's at 9K. So now we're going into 8,900 and under. And the first people.
For the record, I'm fading Tiger. I have one Tiger lineup for you.
I'm glad you have one.
I got one.
I'm glad you have one. I'm glad you have one. Berger and English. Listen, unless you've been living under a fucking rock, you should know that these guys are really, really, really good golfers. And
amazing.
In the 8K range, in the $8,000 range, this is a really juicy section if you want to start building balanced lineups. Berger and English. Let me pull it up here. Hang on.
What do you need? You looking at Fantasy National?
No, I'm looking at the write-up.
Oh.
I touched on English. Okay, and here's the deal with English. 8th in Draftkings points the past 2 months. 6th strokes gained total. And on top of that, he is putting and his short game is impeccable. It's absolutely one of the most undervalued, underappreciated person on the slate is Harris English. And if you look up what the hell he's done lately,
a lot.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
10th, 4th, 12th, 2nd, 23rd, 19th, 18th, 13th, 17th. He's been a top 20 golfer besides one golf tournament since June. So really the past 4 months. He is also first around the greens, 11th putting, 21st off the tee, 20th strokes game, short game, 9th tee to green. So he's getting it done everywhere. We've played every golf course style you can imagine since COVID came back, and he's been an absolute stud since we came back. And then Berger has the firepower in the winning kind of style. Hasn't finished outside top 40 since he's come back, with a second at the WGC event. Listen, these two guys right here are slate breakers, and these guys can do it big time. English might be pretty chalky this week. We've seen that he got the highest ownership percentage since golf came back post-COVID, at 27%. I think it was the third or fourth week back. So he can definitely tend to get people to gravitate towards him. I'm hoping that in a no-cut event that might be a little bit lower, because people are willing to take chances and with stars and scrubs kind of style and kind of miss this section. But I'm going to take full advantage of this section with Berger, English, and even Watson, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Berger's worst stat is around the green. He's 29th. That's his worst.
Yeah, I mean,
wild.
It's ridiculous.
I'm a Berger fan. You know that. I mean, we like Berger. He's won me some money. He was actually my best lineup in golf, so we like that. But yeah, no, I agree with Harris English. I mean, again, across the board, he's insane. He's been playing absolutely insane. He's undervalued.
Yeah.
He is definitely the chalk. Watson actually popped. Funny you said Watson because I've got him on my notes. He also last year here was pretty amazing. I think he shot all under 70. He was 69, 69, 68, and then on Sunday 75. But no, I like him. I like him at non-cut events. He seems to do well.
Yeah.
He's been playing well, and I've got like a new found love for him after I watched that charity event last week. Motherfucker's hilarious, dude. Like he's absolutely hilarious.
He is.
So yeah, no, I like him. Some of his stats would scare you if you look at him, but I'm okay with looking past that because he's just been playing that good.
The thing I like most about Bubba's stats is all the single digits. So he's 8th strokes gained total. He's 2nd strokes gained tee to green, 2nd short game, 52nd off the tee. But you got to remember the playing style. He's hitting giant rope hooks, giant cut fades. He's hitting low, hitting it high, and he's hitting at 350 yards. It does seem like he's been working on that precision because he's 3rd on approach, 3rd around the greens. Putting is 67th, but we don't have to worry about putting this week. And why do I say that? Because it's a no-cut event. I think he flows it a lot more free when the pressure's off and he's just kind of out there getting her done. I have Jason Kokrak starred. His numbers and everything just point to playing Jason Kokrak. I almost ate my words last week on Hatton, on repeat winners, on golf events. I don't think it happens for Jason Kokrak. It was a really big win for him. I don't think the gates are opening now where it's going to be Jason Kokrak season where we have to play him all the time because he's just like elite now. I don't like.
I think 86 is steep.
Huh?
I think 8,600 is very steep for him.
It is steep, especially if you've been playing him a long time. You know that he's a 7,000 player on most slates. And here's the deal. You can play Kokrak, and I'm fine with it. I'm really okay with it. I just don't like – there's no trends that show me about repeat winners on the PGA Golf Tour. So – take that what you will. He's 3rd strokes gained total. He's 2nd in Draftkings points for the last 2 weeks. So do with it what you will. I'm not going there. I don't have him in 40 of my lineups. So
yeah, I'd rather pay down and get Neiman, Scheffler, or Henley.
Hell,
Or
I'd rather have Fleetwood than Kokrak, and that's fucking crazy.
yeah, I
So,
just act like Fleetwood's not even there.
yeah. Neiman's a great pick. Dude's playing well. Get him before his back breaks. Fitzpatrick, don't go there, girlfriend. Just don't do it. Don't do it. You have Scheffler and Henley and Neiman and Watson that you can go to over Fitzpatrick and Kokrak. Okay, so go there. Find those little pockets. That's what I did, and that's what I found. How great of a find was Henley and Kokrak last week at 7,000 though. That little pocket was just green bars right across the whole thing of Fantasy National. It's just like all systems go. Take these guys.
Sure.
It was just screaming at you in the face. This week,
And we did it. And we made money.
Yeah.
Actually, the Kokrak made sense to me, and I had him already in my notes. But man, like Henley, I completely overlooked, and I don't know how because the dude has just been playing lights out. And I'm so glad that you mentioned him. I had him in everything, and it paid off tremendously.
So a little nugget about Henley: 5th strokes gained total, 5th putting, 2nd on approach, 12th Draftkings points. Still hungry, didn't get the victory. Fire off on Henley. I almost put him in the core, but I thought it was a little too chalky to put him in a core. I'd rather us be different in the core. But he's going to go out there and play well. Just FYI,
Absolutely.
in case you haven't watched golf in a while. Sung Jae Im, great value on Sung Jae. You can fit him into almost any balance build you like. You can click Schauffele and go straight to Sung Jae Im. I don't have a problem with Sung Jae Im. I don't have him favorited because I only have 2 out of my 40 lineups with Sung Jae Im in them. I'm going to get there on him. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have some Sung Jae Im, but I'm not going to be heavily exposed. But I'm going to have some. I feel like I always have Sung Jae.
Yeah, he at that price you have to because he's been playing better golf, but he's not the Sung Jae that we're used to.
Right.
He's working his way back to being that. He's
Right.
had a few great finishes. He's been playing decent. And last year here, I mean, his worst was a 71 on Thursday, and then he went 64, 67, and 65. So he knows how to go low here. Again, some of his stats.
Now remember, last year was back in Japan.
That's right.
This year's at Sherwood, but played well at this tournament, likes the cause, likes everything about it. And listen, he's Sung Jae Im, okay? Newsflash, he's good. Even when he's bad, he's good.
He's good.
He's good, even when he's bad. One of my favorite golfers in the 7K range is Adam Scott. We touched on him. Listen, if you want an elite golfer, former #1 in the world for $7,900, you go Adam Scott. He fits almost any build that you're going with. He fits heavy stacks up top. He fits balance builds. Every golf tournament he's played in since COVID, he has shown up like nothing has happened. And like he's been playing golf every week and he's just doing it. Listen, he's doing it. And he's one of the upper echelon of golfers for $7,900. I don't see how you don't.
Here's what's great about him. He's just like Cantlay in my eyes, but $2,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
they could be like cousins.
They really could.
Core play last week. Abe Onser. You gotta love Onser in the 7K range.
Absolutely.
Fire away. Ricky Fowler, we talked about California golfers. God almighty, this guy needs a turnaround more than anyone I can think of in this range. This guy has all of the ability, all of the talent, and just can't put it together, and it breaks my heart. This could be a bounce back week for Ricky, but this could also be a 30th place finish for Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, again, I watched that charity event last week, and it was just a charity event, but like I really got to watch him play, and he just sucks at putting, dude. He's just absolutely fucking terrible.
It's been his Achilles heel. It really has been. And, you know, the past 2 months, he's top 40 in putting, but last week putting was really, really bad. He's in my heart picks this week. I want to see him do well. Might be the cheapest you see Ricky until after the Masters. So something else to think about. Jason Day, neck and back problems scare the piss out of me. It doesn't matter what sport. It doesn't matter if you play video games for a living. Back and neck problems scare the hell out of me. I'm not playing Jason Day this week, and neither should you. Phil Mickelson, $7,500, big win, second win on the Champions Tour last week. Went out there and knocked their fucking socks off. Another California golfer, lives in San Francisco or San Diego, one of the two. Listen, Phil is playing really good golf on the Champions Tour. I haven't seen too much on the PGA Tour as of lately, but I keep playing him. He's going to be under 5% owned, and he's Phil Mickelson playing golf in California. Listen, I'm not going to be mad at you if you comment on this video and say, I'm not playing Phil Mickelson. There's no way in hell. I'm not going to be mad at you. But just know that I'm going to have him, and he's in it. And right now, out of my 40 lineups, I have 5 of them. Here's the deal. Winning, it doesn't matter if you're Kyle Busch winning in the Xfinity Series. It doesn't matter if you win. Winning is winning, and it takes a certain kind of mentality and a certain kind of grit and a certain kind of talent to win things, okay? When Tyler wins a showdown slate, he put in the work, he did his time, and it takes skills to enter those events and to win those events. It doesn't matter if it's for a quarter, it doesn't matter if it's for $1, it doesn't matter if it's Champions Tour, and it doesn't matter if it's PGA Tour. It takes a certain kind of set to win. He's won twice now on the Champions Tour, coming back to his home state to play golf. I'm going to have a few whacks on that, and you're fucking crazy if you don't. But that's just me.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to have any Mickle, and now I'm going to have to.
Just a few darts. You don't have to go. If you're not feeling it, if you're getting like, and you're like, oh, God, I can't click that, don't click it. But don't say I didn't warn you either.
Yeah. I mean, here's where all my picks went in this area was Billy Horschel. So it's going to be one of those weeks.
Billy Ho.
Yeah, where, you know, I either make a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money, and it's really going to be because of him.
Well,
I mean, you look at his stats on Fantasy National, I mean, he just, for being at this price is amazing, really.
Yeah, and here's the deal with Horschel, too. It's my same gut feeling about Griffin. Those guys were just in the Tour Championship a month and a half ago. They're both top 30 players on the PGA Tour per FedEx Cup points, ranked down here in the slums. Go look at Billy Horschel's past finishes. He's top 30 golfer on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Yep. So I'll be there. Yeah. I can't do Rose and I can't do Woodland. Woodland, I don't know that he's even going to make the tournament with the complaints that he had about his – what was it? His back too? Was he having back problems? What was it?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
He was saying that he was injured. Something he was playing through pain or injury last week, and it got to where it was almost intolerable. And so I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. Anyways, I won't be there this week. He fucked me last week, so
I'm okay with Justin Rose because he was in my best lineup last week. Surprise.
Yeah, but wasn't he the one that hurt you?
Oh, man, I'd have to find it. He hurt me the first 3 days, and then he decided to, like, play golf.
I don't know, man, but Cameron Smith, I'm going to have a bunch of because the dude's been playing again. Yeah. He's still down here in the low sevens.
Look at his Draftkings points, 11th. Made the notables on the top 10 list this week.
Yeah, I mean, 11th, 24th, 38th, 24th, 20th, 18th. Okay, I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. 23rd strokes gained total, 11th in DraftKings points, and right above him, Munoz, 12th strokes gained total, 16th on DraftKings points. And then another guy with a lot of green is Harman. Take that for what it's worth, but these guys right here in that low 7K range, Harman, Munoz, Smith, Palmer, Gooch, Todd and Griffin are all in the top half of the field in Draftkings points, and they're all in the top half of the field in strokes gained total. The only ones that aren't there, tee to green, is Todd. But listen, he's the Todd father, okay? Don't be messing with my Todd father.
Yeah, he is.
Taylor Gooch finished third last week, and he's still $7,100. Someone missed that, but I'm okay with it. Someone missed the pricing on Griffin, who balled out for me last week.
Not only last week, dude. Look at Griffin lately. Like, come on.
Oh, don't give away the farm on Griffin, okay?
All right, we'll just leave it there.
Listen, Griffin's a core 4 play this week, and he's going to be in every lineup at Augusta, too, for me, because everyone's going to forget about him at Augusta in a few weeks, and I'm going to be stoked. It's going to be great. Taylor, so to sum up, from Sebastian Munoz to, truthfully, Lanto Griffin is the sweet spot this week for me to get down low and get things from the 7K to the 7,900 range. That's the sweet spot there. Super low owned play this week that could go out there and be a lineup winner is Jordan Spieth. No one is on the Spieth train yet.
There's the reason why.
I know, but it's getting better. He's getting better. He had a great interview. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. He had a great interview on Gravy and the Sleeves on Sirius XM Radio where he just spilt his guts, okay? And I think there's some therapy in him talking about how bad he's playing just to get it off his shoulders and to answer questions from people. He's definitely turning it around into the right direction. So keep your eye on Spieth. I have 4 out of my 40 lineups right now.
That's fair.
Kevin Na for me this week, okay?
Nah.
It's not for me. I'm not there.
Actually, from where we are down, that's probably only for me 1, 2.
You better say it. 3,
4. I'm not doing Higgs, bro.
You have to do Higgs.
I'm not fucking doing Higgs, God damn it. No. There's probably only 4 people down here that I'm taking, and I have reason to take them all. I have no reason to take Harry Higgs.
All right, so to sum up, Kevin Na. Cameron Champ is the most confusing player on the PGA Tour for Draftkings. Kevin Kisner, he wasn't Kevin Kisner the other week. I'll wait and see. Alex Noren, I might have a dart throw on, but it's not really for me. Kuchar, he's played here before. He has some course history. He made the top 10
Let me get the next one.
Average scoring. Higgs, 18th strokes gained total, 12th DraftKings points for Harry Higgs. If you don't play Harry Higgs at $6,700, there's something wrong with your head. Ben On.
But no, stop.
What?
Stop. That's what I was going to say. Ben On, I had last week. He is 11th most points average scored at non-cut events in the past 3 years. I had him last week. He showed up. Yeah,
that's right.
He showed up. I'm going to have him again this week. I would rather go there than Higgs, but if I want to get off of On, I was going to go Connors or Danny Lee, because surprisingly, Danny Lee has some decent figures for his price and has been playing pretty well lately. So that was going to be my pivots. But I will have the Chubbard, and I will take a Hig or 2 for you.
All right, yes, please have some Higgs. I don't want you to miss out when I'm running around my house dancing with Higgs. Leishman's a no. Don't go there. Adam Long, since we played him in Mexico, has fallen off the side of the earth. I don't know what's going on with Adam Long, but it's really troubling and bothering me.
I forgot about somebody.
Hoagie and Lee, Mackenzie Hughes, Joel Dahman, Brendan Steele. Remember those names. Get them in where you can. And then and then the last kind of guy all the way down here that I'm willing to burn a dollar bill on is
Fratelli.
is Fratelli. Is Fratelli. I don't know what it's going to take for Fratelli to change a putter or try to figure out what the hell's going on. That guy might be a worse putter than me. And I once hit every green in regulation and shot a 90. Um, I'm that bad at putting. So I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I feel like every putt he's over, he is sweating. He's stressing out. Guy hits every fairway, hits every green, and like can't do it. It's the most troubling thing in the world. I hope he gets it figured out because he's looking like Carlos Ortiz out there, and he's really it's really hard to watch at some points.
I mean, yeah, his stats are like he's averaged like 35th on everything but putting.
Yeah.
Like he's like the 35th best golfer in the field on everything else.
Yeah.
Set putting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It
That's
sucks.
5,300. Yeah, I'll have some stats.
It really, really sucks. And I've been there. I've done that. So that's the field. Core 4 this week: Justin Thomas, Brendan Todd, Lonto Griffin, and Harris English. Lock those guys in. You have Todd and Griffin, both studs at 7,000. You have English, who's going to score you a crap ton of points and be in the hunt. And you got JT, who's going to win this tournament this weekend. My favorite stacks there with the Core 4. There's two different ways to go here. You can go balanced, which I like Onser Watson. I like Onser Fleetwood, and I like Adam Scott and Neiman as kind of like my two favorite fill-ins there. If you go pay up, pay down, Reed, and then Spieth, and then you can go Victor Hovland and Billy Horschel as well, which is a good pay up, pay down option as well with the Core 4. Top 10s, the top 10s list. Top 10 strokes gained total the past 2 months is Schauffele, Kokrak, Rahm, Henley, English, Simpson, Thomas, Hatton, Watson. Notables there are Harmon, Munoz, and Neiman. Top 10 Draftkings points the past 2 months: Kokrak, Schauffele, Rahm, Thomas, Hughes, Hatton, English, Wolf, Watson. Notables: Cameron Smith, Russell Henley, Harmon. So there's a lot of parity between these stats here of guys who you should really hone in on. Strokes gained T2 green the past 2 months: Bubba Watson, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Matsuyama, Kokrak, Fenow, Schauffele, English, Henley. Notables there: Scotty Scheffler, Munoz, Webb Simpson, and Tyrrell Hatton. All of that is posted on WeLiveFantasy.com. And then I have my heart and my gut picks this week. So go read all that because it's good. Go to the website, check it out. There's a bunch of articles up for the ZoZo this week that will help you. And yeah, some notable.
My core 3, just so we get that out there and see if I'm right.
Yeah.
Is JT, Adam Scott, and Ben Hun-An.
Ben Hun-An. Yeah, that's a good one. Pick one more, and we'll go head-to-head on it this week.
Henley.
All right. So Tyler has JT, which I also have. He's got Scat. He's got Henley. And I will send you $1 head-to-head. I got Griffin, Todd, and English. All right, so JT and JT is a wash. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good battle there. So this video will be up If you guys have any questions about who to pick, where to pivot, where to go, who you like, blah, 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 and the write-ups don't answer it, feel free to reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We got a Facebook message yesterday for some lineup advice that we helped out, and we can't help that all of the best players in the world just decided not to show up last night, and goddamn eating the chalk on Mecole Hardman. Never again. Never again. Never again. And fuck Dallas. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck you and your fan base. I hate you. Everything's so dramatic with Dallas. Everyone's the next big thing. Everything's such a big deal. Even flags that are called, it's just like, oh my God. Ugh. And then everyone's just jerking each other off over good plays when it's not even a good play. It's awful. I don't even think Andy Dalton's ever met CeeDee Lamb until halftime.
Yeah, and that almost fucked me. But no, I'm going against Dallas.
No.
I'm going against Dallas the rest of the year. I don't give a shit what the spread is. I'm going against them. I'll probably end up money ahead. And for the record, was leading the big lobby and both 50-cent lobbies in the Showdown slate last night until the final play when Drake decided to run 70 yards right past 11 defensive people and score a touchdown. So,
hey, newsflash, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. They're running it.
Yeah.
They're running it.
How do you know they're running it and you let them run 70 yards for a touchdown?
Just disgusting. I feel for Andy Dalton because just like the New York media, it seems like Dallas Cowboy Nation and Dallas Cowboy media is so quick to just find another quarterback right away. Listen.
Well, no, they say without Dak, because Dallas lost because they didn't have Dak. No, Dallas lost because Zeke fucking fumbled the ball twice and their fucking defense couldn't stop a damn kindergartner from running by him.
Yeah, like little chicken legs.
Yeah, like it wasn't Dalton's fault. Yeah, he didn't move the ball, but they were behind the whole fucking game.
Listen, if it's me, and I know my opinion doesn't matter, I would give Dalton one more week of redemption. I know, we can't afford another week. Yes, you can. You should be 0-6.
And they're still leading the division.
Yeah, you can afford another week. You're gonna listen. You can't just plug someone. It doesn't matter who it is. Look at Tom Brady week 1. Look at some of these guys week 1. You can't just plug someone into a system with no chemistry and expect big things to pop off like every Cowboy fan wanted last night. Listen, I started Zeke in season long. I started Gallup and Zeke and all my DFS plays last night. Listen, I'm with you. I got burned too, okay? But here's the deal. It's not a concrete thing that anyone is going to the Super Bowl. It's not a concrete thing that everyone's going to the playoffs. It's not concrete that you're going to get 10 wins. But you can still salvage somewhat of a year with a guy like Andy Dalton or Ryan Fitzpatrick or whatever way they move here. They have all the pieces. Make the goddamn right play calls. Get a defense going. Give the ball to the guys who can make the difference. The quarterback doesn't make the difference. Zeke Elliott, Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, those guys are difference makers and playmakers. Like, they're just not, like, and it takes forever. At least with Dak, like, what was the one thing that Kyler Murray did last night to make sure that the defense couldn't get to him? Got the ball out of his hand as quick as he could.
That's right.
If it wasn't there, his little chicken legs got a first down. Or if it wasn't there, get the ball out of his hands. Listen, you can go play Madden right now and just give the ball to Zeke every play of the game, and you average 4 yards a carry, and you win the football game.
Should have told that to them when they were on the fucking 3-yard line and threw it 3 times in a row.
With a quarterback that hasn't played all year. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? McCarthy's not the answer. McCarthy is a joke. I could go on for years about that, but whatever. I have friends who are Cowboys fans, and I will support them my friends until the day I die, but I will never root or pull for the Cowboys. It's just nonsense. Stop it. Every game's dramatic. Every game's like unbelievable. Like you guys, it's just horrible. And it wasn't any better with Dak. Like imagine people thinking that that team was even good. They should have been 0-5. Now they're what, 2-4? They should be 0-6. It's just garbage. Atlanta should have closed them out. I mean, they were down 17 to the Giants, for God's sakes.
Dude, they were down like 24 to Cleveland.
God almighty. It's just like, imagine thinking they were ever good with Dak. It's like, what do you think? Andy Dalton's just going to come in there and be the guy. But anyway, we digress. We have Eagles and Giants, another barn burner this Thursday that Tyler's diving into, try to make us some money. I will be in the 50-cent lobby and throwing a couple darts at the big one for golf. Nothing more, nothing less. And then we have Texas this week for NASCAR. So big things coming. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, share your friends, share your winning stories on social media. It was cool. I saw some We Live Fantasy people in the lobbies this week with logos. I had to like double check myself, make sure I wasn't like looking at something or someone stole our logo or anything. So that's cool. If you guys want any of our logos, let us know. We'll send it to you. So you can make them your icons, because there's nothing cooler than seeing a bunch of We Live Fantasies up on the leaderboard. So stay tuned. What lobbies are you going to be in this week?
I'll be in the 100K to first, $10 100K to first. I'm gonna probably have like $200 in that, and then I'll be on the 50-cent lobby maxed out.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
we're gonna have fun.
Good luck, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you later.
See ya.